If you're looking for live local music from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, you came to the right place. Welcome to Hugh Shows.
We're all at the Hugh Show. It's a lot of fun. He's got all the answers. Yeah, he's got them written down. So let's all watch a Hugh Show till he gets to number one. Yeah.
Thank you so much for tuning in. I am your host, Hugh Twyman, and I have been writing a music and photography blog in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania for 16 years. Check me out at HughShows.com and follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at HughShows. My musical guest for this edition of Hugh Show's Social Distance Television is Akrasia, a Pittsburgh-based musical collective and perpetual recording project showcasing prolific shaman in residence Bill Danilo's songwriting as an ever-evolving, oft-revolving confederation of jagalopes and musical merrymakers. The band is a coalition of the righteous because Akrasia is real life in real time. Would you all please welcome Bill Danilo of Akrasia? And where's Bill? There he is. Hey, Bill.
Yar!
How are you?
I'm doing all right.
Yeah, good to see you. Thanks so much for doing this.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I was preparing for this episode, and there's a lot to talk about. But first, how are you doing in the pandemic?
One day at a time.
Yeah.
Some strange days.
Yeah, it's very strange. I think we're all going through some crazy stuff, but has it affected your job at all?
Well, yeah. But I mean, the flip side is you get all of this newfound beautiful free time to spend with your family, spend making music, spend in ways other than making the money, which, you know, it's a trade-off.
Yeah, but I guess we're opening up. Today is June 4th. We're opening up in Allegheny County tomorrow, June 5th. Are you going to be able to work? Or are you going to go back to work tomorrow?
Somewhere down the line, I mean, I guess we're looking to try to transition into a home-based sort of situation for the time being, whenever that happens. But I don't know, day at a time, I guess.
Where do you work? What is your career?
Well, I work for the government.
Okay.
I can't talk too much about it. I'm not allowed to even tell you any of the good stories. And the other ones I can't tell aren't interested at all.
So no nuclear secrets today. We're gonna hopefully everything will be all right with that. We're gonna get 3 songs from you. They're all original, and the first one's called Mayday, and this is from the title track from an album you released just 3 days ago on Monday.
Yeah, pretty much. We had this time. So I got talking to my good buddy, Mr. Dave Nemo, very talented multi-instrumentalist, and started sending tracks back and forth. And there was a song, and then there was 2 songs and 4 songs, and then we got an album done in the month of April. Spent the month of May mixing it, and it's out there, number 19, the 19th Akrasia album. All living on the internet for anyone who stumbles upon it.
Yeah, we're going to stumble upon it and talk about it, but if you don't mind, will you get into Mayday right now from Akrasia?
All right, I've never done this one before. Let's see what happens. Mayday, help is on the way. 1 month's rent, half a week's pay. Ultraviolet light, chloroseptic spray. Cover up your face, cancel the parade. Mayday. Mayday. Lilacs in the shade. Can't come over, can't go out and play. Running out of bread, orange juice and eggs. Out of touch with Heather, Sarah, so vague. Wish you were here, wish you could stay. Wedding postponed, festival delayed. In the middle now, but memories fade. Mayday, put your toys away. Embargo in effect on travel and trade. River full of oil, blood and Chardonnay. Under doctor's orders, don't resuscitate. Mayday. Mayday, America made. On a television is a madman deranged. Lies about the lies you told yesterday. It's under control. Judas was betrayed. Mayday. Mayday, market full of hay. Jump over the fire, do not be afraid. Boss man sick, carpenter's prey is coming for us all. At least that's what they say. Mayday. Mayday.
All right, that was Akrasia with the latest song, Mayday. Are you telling me that's the first time you've ever played it in public, out?
That's probably the first time I've played it through. We made a record, so we just started playing some guitar stuff, and we sampled and looped it, and then layered like 7 mellotrons on top of it. So yeah, some of these songs, they just sort of, the way they're created with computers as instruments. They got guitars in them, but maybe they didn't come from them originally.
Did you do you have a recording studio at home that you're able to do this? Obviously,
we do. You could call it, that's America's premier recording studio, located dangerously close to a hot water tank. I'm in my basement. This is where the magic happens. To be precise, the magic happens about 6 feet over that way. But this is a better backdrop.
It's 6 feet behind you is the litter box. So
yeah,
you know.
So you know, it's not always the space and the gear as to what you're doing with it. You got Robert Johnson making his best stuff in hotel rooms.
Yeah,
there's still not a plug-in that sounds like Elvis and Sun Records, so it doesn't always matter what your room is as long as you're playing right in it.
Okay, so you mentioned that the latest album, Mayday, which is available on Bandcamp, and you can you had all this time to write and put out an album, but I don't want to hear that, man, because you have 19 albums starting in around 2010. So that's 2 albums a year.
Well, 02. So the very
2002.
First Akrasia album was recorded back in a pit dorm back in 02.
Okay.
And it was done much like we still do stuff. I got a tape of songs I'd written at the time, acoustic demos, and I gave them to 3 other people that I knew that played that had never played together, and we all just got together, set up some gear, introduced each other, and went into it. And what you hear on the very first album is the very first take of us ever playing together. There's no practice, no rehearsal, just what happens in the moment, trying to capture a moment. And
then I can find that album on Bandcamp?
Oh, they're all there.
Yeah, they're all there. What's the name of the very first one?
Oh, the first one is the Brackenridge Sessions.
Nice.
Which I haven't heard in a long time.
Nice. Yeah, I was looking through your catalog of you could buy them all for $66 if you want. Download all of them, 19 albums.
No one does that, but you
Yeah, but listen, I think you have a problem with editing.
Yeah.
Just because, now listen, hear me out. I interviewed you on the blog in 2013 when I first discovered you. One of the blog questions are, name your favorite concert of all time. You went ahead and listed every single concert you've ever been to, from A, which I think was ABBA or AC/DC to Wilco. I mean, you can't. You have a problem with like editing down. Even today, I said, "Hey, pick 3 songs and we'll play them." And I think you mentioned maybe like 10 songs to me, and you just couldn't figure out which songs. And you were like, "Oh, which songs do you want to hear?" And I'm like, "Dude, I'm not going through 19 albums to figure it out." It's like, is that something that I'm right about?
Oh yeah, I got a hard time picking favorites.
Yeah.
People keep telling me to make an Akrasia sampler. Just put 10 songs, but I don't even know how to do that. My favorite 10 are always the last 10.
Yeah. So, like, you wouldn't be able to put out a greatest hits.
No, that's for the labels to do for you.
Which is great, man. I appreciate that you can't even do that. It's not a negative thing at all. I'm just busting chops a little bit, but I think it just goes to show, the wealth of material that you have out there. You want to put it out. So we're going to hear another song.
Cool.
This is called Jessica, which is from the album you released on New Year's Eve just 4 months ago in 2019. Yeah. The album's called Wake, and this is called Not Jessica, correct?
It's not Jessica. There's a different song called Jessica. It's not real good. We didn't finish it. But this one is Not Jessica.
Okay.
This is the second time I've ever played this one. The very first time was last year at the Deutschtown Festival.
Nice.
And I was very full of sausages and libations, and I think we probably screwed it up a lot. So hopefully it's going to sound a lot better now.
Cool. So let's hear it. Here's Akrasia with Not Jessica.
Cool.
I must say to you, I adore you. Say I love you with all my heart. I must say to you, I adore you. Say I love you with all my heart. Can't stop here. Buy the ticket, take the ride. The truth will set you free, but not until it's done with you. I do what I do so I can do it with you. I do what I do so I can do it with you.
And that was the second ever performance of the song Not Jessica from Akrasia.
There you
And
have it.
we're getting some premieres here. I love it. And it's interesting, like you said, if you had to pick your 10 best songs, it would be the last 10. It's like, hey, why not? And
Everyone likes something else.
yeah, so Akrasia is you, basically, with a bunch of collaborators, ever evolving collective, you call it. Do you have any steady collaborators, people who you play with that throughout the whole history of your band?
Well, yeah. It comes and goes. There's been maybe 50, 60 people that have thrown down on Akrasia albums over the years.
Nice.
And there might be another 50, 60, depending on how long it goes. It's nice that it's not a monogamous sort of music collective. So if you're down for playing some music, we can do that. And if you have some other things to do, that's cool too. And maybe you catch you on the next one. So it's usually pretty open to whoever's around, and we put together what we can in the time and how we're feeling. And it's just a game. It's a campaign. It's playing in the sandbox.
But you're the main songwriter, correct?
I suppose that's correct.
Yeah, so it's your baby, and you invite anyone and everyone to come and participate.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. This year for Millville, it's going to be interesting. They rescheduled it on the day I'm going to be at a wedding. So apparently Akrasia's still playing, but it's just going to be a bunch of guys playing our songs. It's not me. So I don't know. At first it was kind of weird, but then I'm like, maybe this is the way to go. Just get a bunch of guys, send them on the road, stay home and collect residuals.
Brian Wilson did it best. I mean, that's awesome. That's pretty crazy. If Millville goes through, I mean, who knows what? I thought they'd made a pretty bold move to postpone, because I work with the Deutschtown Music Festival, and we made a decision. It's just too much work just to even try to organize it, and then I give them all the credit to try to do it, but it's still up in the air.
Yeah. You don't know what tomorrow's going to be like anymore.
We don't.
Yesterday's been weirder than the day before and the day before that. Right.
So yeah, but we're gonna hear one more song, and this
All
is
right.
this is another new song. I mean, talk about new. This is called Alchemist, but when did this occur?
Well, I got an email from a very good friend, Ime, who's done a lot of great stuff on her own, a couple songs with us in the past, and sent me some demos and some stuff she was working on, and stayed up far too late on Monday night, Tuesday morning, writing words and putting things together and drinking bad scotch, and woke up yesterday feeling terrible all day yesterday, but at least we got this song. And it might sound like this. Maybe it'll go on the next one. Maybe we'll get some pedal steel, Rami from the Wallflowers will play on it. I don't know. It's taking it as it comes. You just don't question where it comes from. You just keep it going.
Hey, so Ime, who I've known for a while,
Nice.
she's part of the collective now, or has she been? Have you ever met her before?
Met her about 8 years ago, and we did a show together, and she sang some stuff with us, so we've sort of been in a mutual appreciation society since then, and one of my favorite folks. Always love what she does. It's a blessing to have such great friends. All the folks who are on Akrasia albums are usually also folks that do their own music. On this last one, we got Mr. Dave Nemo, who has an album out last year, Mr. Jordan Oth, who's done a bunch of stuff, Mr. Mike Burek, who go way back. Now with the Cheerly folks a lot of time, and it's a blessing to get to work with so many great people that want to come play in a sandbox and just spend some time playing music.
That's pretty
not always
interesting.
easy.
Yeah.
It's certainly not lucrative, but it's fun when it's fun.
Yeah. Hey, if it's fun, keep doing it. So we're going to hear a 2-day-old song, or 1-day-old song, called Alchemist. And take it away.
Got a head full of lead,
said I ain't falling for the voice that keeps calling. Got a fistful of steel when the enemy's real. Got a head full of lead. So the alchemist said, I am my worst enemy. So come on, baby, friend. I've been missing. Do my best to be listening. Said if you could exhale just a little more noble, your words would be neon. Glow the world global. Got a head full of lead. So the alchemist said, 3 protons away from something real great. Got a heart that beats harder than it should if I'm honest. Probable transmutations. All comes down to energy. Could get stoned like philosophers. Enlist, become officers. There's purposes out there we might never get to. Every path that we travel takes us where we just go to. And all my elixirs, there's no panacea like a Red Taylor port from 1963 or grapes born to be squeezed to a sweet potent tonic. Got a heart that beats harder than it should if I'm honest. Got a head full of lead. So the alchemist said, composition redacted, soul radioactive, periodically busted, intact if I'm rusted. Got a head full of lead. So the alchemist said,
That was Akrasia with a debut on Hugh shows called Alchemist. Bill Danilo, I can't thank you enough for doing this. Yeah, it's like, what do you have in store for the future, buddy?
I wish I knew. It's hard to know what's going to happen with so many things. But I'd like to be writing some more songs, recording some more albums. If you're listening, you want to get in on it, hit me up. How bad could it be?
Yeah. I might have to hit you up. I can
You could be in Akrasia.
I'll be in
It could
Akrasia
happen.
any day of the week,
It could
dude.
happen.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be great. I'll make it happen. Send me some MP3 and I'll put some triangle over it. Rock and triangle.
Yeah.
Where can we find you online? What's the best place?
We're on the internet.
Yeah, you
It
are.
used to just be that you could type in Akrasia and there we were. But the internet got big. And people from Europe and Asia also like the name Akrasia. So it can be a little difficult to find this stuff. But if you go to akrasia.com, A-K-R Asia.com, you'll find a free website that I put together in 5 minutes. Gets you everything you need.
Where did you come up with that name, Akrasia?
Akrasia. So this is freshman philosophy. It's an ancient Greek word where if you know something is not a great idea, but you go ahead and you do it anyway. That's the concept of Akrasia.
Nice.
Might be
Nice.
pronounced Akrasia. I don't know. Pronouncing your name wrong. Akrasia.
Yeah, Akrasia. It sounds good, and I'm super impressed. And I just can't believe that you have all these albums and you're still
Me
going
neither.
strong. And you have a great attitude towards it too, man. So thanks so much for doing this, Bill. I appreciate it.
Hey, thanks for having me. Be well, man.
You too. And thank you all for tuning in. I want to thank Bill. Go hit up Akrasia at his site, and you could find me at HughShows.com. You could follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at HughShows. And as I end all of my episodes, always remember to support Pittsburgh music, and I will see you all around the block later. Thanks, Bill.
Yar!
Yar!
We have a way of explaining things to Hugh. Yeah, we have a way of explaining things to Hugh. Yeah, we have a way of explaining things to Hugh. Yeah, we have a way of explaining things to Hugh. Yeah, we have a